Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Butterfly Goddess Tarot, and I am here to do a December love reading for my Virgos. I do have to say that the message cannot and will not resonate with everyone. I also want to thank you all in advance for watching. So let's get into your cards. You guys have the Hierophant, you have the King of Wands, and you have the Four of Pentacles. So, I do both intuitive messages and I do read from the tarot. So I kind of combine the two. So with the Hierophant here, I feel like, for those of you all who are in a relationship or have recently met someone, this could also be for people who have been in an established relationship, even maybe a situationship. If it was a situationship, I kind of feel like it's changing. Like it's not going to stay in the situationship zone for very long because there is an attachment that has grown here. Again, like I said, I feel like this may not be a message for people who are single and there's no one around. Like single in the sense of like there's no one that you already have not kind of established some kind of connection with, be it, long-term or just recently. So with the Hierophant being here, like I said, that talks about meeting someone, and in meeting them you kind of discover who you are, and vice versa. Like they met you and something about you or something about them has kind of helped you come to a better understanding of who you are as a person. And they bring out a side to you that you did not necessarily know was there, a side that you hadn't seen of yourself in other relationships, and it kind of like took you aback a little bit, not in a bad way, just in a way of like, you almost kind of had to say like, who am I? But, there is a negative to this because, when we meet someone and they kind of bring us to a point where we feel like free with them and like we're just floating on air, and we just we just feel like we're invincible, with that, because it kind of happens quickly. Like, even if you've been in an established relationship, I feel like that's kind of what's kept you in this relationship, that initial feeling. For some of us, that initial feeling can turn into something that makes us become slightly codependent, because it's almost like a high, almost like a rush. And we're always chasing after that in this relationship. Like even when times are bad, we kind of go back to that initial feeling of where we, came into a new part of ourselves, and it just made us feel joyful and giddy and happy, really, and so we become addicted to that. And so sometimes when people don't, they're not able to like maintain that feeling, they look to their partner, and like I said, there can become a slight codependency there because your expectation, there's an unspoken expectation of, well, they will give me this, they will provide me with whatever I need to feel that way again. And sometimes people are just not able to recreate that. It's like something happens and we stop seeing them for who they are, and just hold on to what once happened in that relationship. Anyway, I do kind of feel like I'm getting sidetracked. But with the King of Wands being after, that tells me that, there's an intense energy here. There is also going to be a need for great communication. With the King of Wands, that is a person who is very strong. I feel like that's kind of the person, this represents the person that you're dealing with. The only reason I say that is because I feel like with the Hierophant being here and this talking about you know, having a new sense of self with this person, well, only a person who is really like strong and really grounded in their ways, I feel like, can bring us to that point where they bring out something new and different in us. And so that's why I feel like the King of Wands is represented by a person. You know, the thing about the King of Wands is that it could be male or female, but it is an energy that demands that you be at your best self. It demands like the most from you, meaning like they want you to communicate. They want you to be upfront. They want you to trust them. They want you to allow them to lead you. But again, in doing that, you always, yes, it's okay to be led by the right person. But you always want to maintain a sense of self. I can only, I can repeat that 100 times. Always remember who you are. Always be able to, I don't want to say detach from this person, but know that if you did detach from this person, like, yes, you'd be sad and, you would be hurt, but don't allow yourself to be so embedded into who they are that you forget who you are. That's the only downside to this, because to be honest with you, your cards are really good. It's just that they're so good that you might lose yourself in it. So be careful. That's really what I want to say here. You also have the Four of Pentacles. So with the Four of Pentacles, that represents someone who has, some fears in love, some fears with showing how much they love. And I feel like this is kind of you. Even though this person is like swept you away, I do feel like you are somewhat afraid of being too visibly vulnerable. Even though you're already caught up, you don't want them to see that. It's like there's a certain amount of protection when we don't show our full face, right? Like when we can keep a little bit of that hidden to ourselves, even though it's there. We know it's there. We know we're all caught up. We know we're, completely, totally head over heels in love. But, we only show the other person about like 75% of that. We keep the other 25%, hidden so that they don't become maybe too overwhelmed by how much we are giving them or how much we are putting out there. But to be honest with you, this person wants that. Like, you have to have a certain amount of trust. Like I said, still maintain a sense of self in everything, but enjoy the time, be honest, be upfront, share how you're feeling. I think that this would only help your relationship grow strong. Share your fears with them. Like, tell them, the reason why we hold back that 25% is because we don't want them to know that they have the power to really hurt us. That is just the honest to God truth. We hold back because we don't want them to know that there could be some real damage here if you left me today. Like, I would really be destroyed. It's hard to be that vulnerable with another person. It really is. But like I said, there is love here. I'm going to pull a clarification card. I feel like I'm giving you a double message, like a double-minded message, because in one sense I am saying, you know, always keep a sense of self, you know, always remember who you are. But at the same time, I am saying enjoy the moment. Like, you know, it may be, I'm not saying the moment as if it's not going to last. I mean, enjoy this time, you know, with this person. You know, put it out there about how you're feeling, but know that, you know, if something were to go awry, that you'd be okay. That's pretty much what I want you to get. So let's see. And you have the Seven of Pentacles comes out. So, you know, again, that's you. And that, I feel like that Seven of Pentacles kind of represents 70%, which I said 75%, but I feel like that's you looking at the 70% that you're giving them and debating about whether or not you want to give them the other 30. That's funny. So I've already summed up the message for you. I think that you'll be fine. I think that, like I said, just keep that sense of self, but enjoy being with the love of your life. I really do feel like this is the love of your life. You may have even gone through some tough times with them, because I feel like the person that you're with is a strong personality. I definitely do, because I feel like you're a strong personality. So in order for them to have you kind of caught up in this way, they've definitely got to be a strong person. I don't think they're weak-minded. I think sometimes it's a little hard for them they feel like they are not reaching you 100% or getting 100% of you, and you don't want them to feel like that. Because I think with this person, if you're not giving them 100%, it could cause them to have some doubts and some hesitation when it comes to like taking the next steps with you. So, you know, let go, but also, you know, keep your own, you know, for me, I just heard Spirit say, let go with this person, share with them, be open, be honest with them, but also don't forget to have a life outside of them, meaning like keep your friendships, you know, you know, work as hard as you've always worked at your job, and still do things with your family outside of your relationship with this person. Still have your own things, your own personal interests. I think that is what will keep you grounded in this relationship. So this was the message for my Virgos at this time. I want to say thank you all for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.